Maybe. Copy out. Girls, keep it up.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to round 4 of this season, Tier 1 in SLR. We have Bahrain coming up with some great looking standings on the left. Close battle between Justin and Kiko, a close battle between Ferrari and Red Bull at all. We saw Danico having a good race last weekend as well, so we should have a really close fight today, and I'm looking forward to it as it is a really all-round track, I would say. And today, commentating with me is Kebab. Kebab, what do you think about today? Bahrain, the race, the qualifying.
It's gonna be very exciting. We've got some very quick boys. We've got Cody making one of his rare appearances, Mr. R.K. Lawrence, and yeah, we've got Danny Cole back on form, as you say, after last week's good showing, and should make an interesting situation for us as well. Especially Crystal's back as well. Last time out in Bahrain, he was absolutely rapid, but I don't know if he's got the practice or the time on the game this season to worry people, but it's still very tense at the top of the leader standings as well. So Kiko is leading from Justin, who's had a fantastic season so far. He needs to carry on and keep up his momentum because there are a lot of drivers here who could, like we saw last season, disappear with it in few races. We saw Tino win it last season, an esports driver who was with us for the one season, and he just won the last 4 races outright and stole the championship at the death from Justin, that racer. Level on points, he won it on wins. So Justin will be hoping he doesn't end up in the situation Danico's found himself in, and hopefully Danico can push on and ignite his season after last race out. He got good points. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Should be very exciting.
Well, actually, indeed. As we're heading over to the qualifying, Love is the first one setting a hot lap, but as you spoke, like Danico was really dominant last week. I think he got pulled, I'm not sure, but at least he won the race on track, but he lost it on a 3-second penalty because of track limits. That was unfortunate for him. I don't think it was redone by the FIA, if I'm correct. So he became second because he has 18 points, if I'm correct. So the thing is,
19.
he showed 19. Okay, the fastest lap. Forgot. But the thing is, he showed really promising pace the last 2 races as well. Like in Silverstone, he had a puncture. That was the second round. Melbourne, he had a lot of crashes, unfortunately, but he showed promising pace the last 2 races, and was, you might even say that he was pretty dominant when he didn't have a puncture as well in Silverstone. So I'm looking forward to what he can show. But if you look at the teams, really Red Bull and Ferrari are ones to look out for, because those are teams that have 2 really fast drivers. And the same I would say about the Finnish team, Alfa Romeo, although Mipo is not driving recently, so that's unfortunate.
I believe Mipo's wheel has broken, so it's going to be a while before he can be back in the hot seat. But once he is back, he will be rapid, I imagine. But yeah, Makenda is also rapid as well. But we know all about Daddy's speed. He's been a contender for the title for the last 3-4 seasons in a row, and he's just not been able to get that final push to win the title. But maybe, we never know. Maybe this is his year. Or season, or whichever way you want to look at that. But we are going to have Loft coming over the lines, coming down into turn 15, 14 and 15. There's 2 corners in one here, the final corner. But the second one is pretty much flat, so barely a corner. But he's going to set the first time, put that on the board. It's 28.1, so already fairly rapid and straight off the racing line. And then it's Eagle Ghost next, I believe. Oh no, it's not.
Ocean Chief was next, and next should be Lawrence, who says faster lap than Love. Lawrence was racing some races last season, if I remember correctly, and his pace was not bad at all. So, if I remember,
back when he was at college, I believe it is in America, that he's from, he was racing a lot here and was competing at the top end. He was one of the quickest drivers I've ever seen in SLR, other than maybe Tino, but obviously Tino is, and Vexit as well, obviously, or otherwise known as Luke Smith. who went on to esports fame, is now competing in Tier 1 and PSGL. Left us for better things, pastures anew. And but yeah, we're seeing a number of times coming in. We're also seeing a number of people making mistakes here as well. So Boosted Mess 36, Joel with a 36, and Lepson with a 31. I can't imagine those times are represented.
Kiko, in the meantime, he goes right under it with 1.5
yeah.
tenths. That's quite a margin he has. And Danico is currently on his hot lap. Rookie is on a hot lap currently. Yeah, he is. He's draining his ERS. Actually, but
Eagle goes across the line and he gets himself P12. Sorry to interrupt, but yeah.
no worries. Yeah, for the time being, it's looking really close between P2 and P5. Well, Rookie had a little bit of almost losing the car there. I would say usual plays, but let's see what he can do. Danico on an outlap as well, so he should set his. Oh, he's on a hot lap now.
He's on a hot lap now, Danico. Yeah, I think Rookie's been relatively rapid over the start of this season as well. He's had a P2 finish, I believe, and sitting currently on 22 points, just behind
P7 for the time being, behind McKender.
Yeah, not a bad lap, not a bad lap. I imagine there's a few people who are probably going to get deep into the 27s. I believe we got a 127 yesterday in Tier 2. But this is the big boys now. We are in Tier 1. And AR Gamer, who got had a bad showing yesterday in Bahrain in Tier 2, is there in P11 competing with Ocean Chief. Ocean Chief currently winning the standings in Tier 1.5 as well. As we call it, because obviously we've got the usual faces in Tier 1, all the alien guys, such as McKenna, Rookie, Loft, Lawrence, Christian, Justin, Kiko, Danico, Copy. And then we've got all the guys who are relatively new to no assists, or just slow, such as Ocean Chief, AR Gamer, Eagle, Ghost, Joel, Boosted, and Tipsy Bob. I'm sorry to call people out. We've got Shaka and Tilda as well.
Well, Danicus is a fast lap as well with 128.033, just right behind Christian there. But in the battle for pole position, I would say as Kiko, well, Kiko's just promising pace as well, and he had some dominant showings definitely in qualifying.
This is something I've noticed about Kiko and his pace is that his banker laps are always rapid. He's always getting that top spot straight off the bat with his bankers, and he then is able to improve even more, but not maybe as much. I mean, some of the guys who are behind who've done 28 flats, 28-1 from Loft and things, they'll probably get into the 27s, no problem. But they tend to be a bit more cautious on their first lap, on setting their banker lap. And whereas Kiko, or Kimol as he's known today, is able to hook the car up straight away. But yeah, at the moment, I don't believe we've got anybody on a lap.
Well, Boosted Mess is on a hot lap. We're on board with him, and he was improving in Sector 2 with, well, some seconds. Or yeah, he improves. He should, as he should. He had 136. He improves and goes above Joel and Shakalaka. Only the thing was he was on medium tires, so maybe he's just using it as practice. Oh, sorry.
As Samim in chat is saying, is P2 to P5. All within 1/10 of each other. There's only 1.5 tenths down to P6 as well, so I get the feeling we're going to see.
In the meantime, sorry to interrupt, but Shakalaka is on a hot lap and he had a purple sector 2. That is his first, like, what would I say, hot lap, because he had a 148. That's not count as a banker lap, and I think I already thought it, but I think the purple sector was not honest.
Purple sectors are not the purple sectors that you would see in actual F1. I believe in actual F1, a purple sector means you've got the fastest time in that sector out of the entire grid. In the F1 game, it basically means that you've gone faster than the person ahead of you in the standings in that sector.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like sometimes it also shows the pole time, but I don't know. This game is weird and it bugs, but in terms of that. And you're correct about the real F1 at least. It's just the fastest guy on track, and if you're the fastest on track, you would have pole there. Crystals is setting up to get another lap, hot lap in. He's warming up his tires, and he almost loses it here at the last corner. But he is currently, he will get on a hot lap here. Are some other drivers on hot laps? Maybe the Love is. Definitely.
He's just starting his lap now at the moment, but yeah, it's hoping to gain some time on his previous lap. He's very close to really competing hard with some of these guys above him and get himself in a very good position here with qualifying. It's still a long way to go. 8 minutes left of qualifying. Very impressed so far with Christian so far this season as well. But I do believe he did do tier 2 last season with no assists as well. So it's not like he's moved up and had to drop the assists like some other drivers such as Meepo.
Ooh, Crystals loses it there. Crystal loses it there. And I forgot it. I need to get the corner turns, the turns correct. Who was purple? You said Crystals on first spin.
Was purple. Loft was purple in the first sector. So yeah, it's going well for him so far. As I am also remembering, you just reminded me to pull up the corner numbers.
Yeah, you know, I know as number 10, this basic corner, everyone knows which turn it is. It's of course a hard turn for your left front. But
haunts everybody's nightmares, that corner. That's why everybody remembers which one that is. Turn 10, very, very tricky. But Loff at the moment coming down into turn 15, 14 and 15. He's doing very well.
Oh, he loses it! That's really unfortunate for him. He had a good lap in there.
Oh, he's reset the track as well, and that's been caught on camera.
Unlucky there for him.
He reset the track right in front of the Alpine coming down the main straight as well. So that Alpine will be very unhappy with that. I believe that was Crystals as well. So who is starting a lap?
Kiko improves 2 tenths.
27.6. McKender has also managed to get into the 27s now as well with a 27.9, and things are hotting up. Eagle goes P11.
You know something in the meantime, Rookie is also on outlap. Let's see what he can get. He's almost getting over the line here. And it's only 2 tenths off. That's not the qualifying so far he wants, but it's still time. Christian goes a little bit faster. Then Justin, and then it's all time. I think around 600s he improves. But the fun thing about Christian and Justin that gets my attention every race, like I feel like every qualifying, not every race, but they're like close within 1/10 of each other in qualifying. I feel like it's every qualifying, it's that. They're just so close in qualifying pace. Obviously, Justin feels a little bit. Seems like he's a little bit more confident in the race, but in qualifying, this seems really close.
Yeah, certainly do. Christian's always been a bit of a quali merchant. He had struggles with matching his quali pace to his race pace last season in Tier 2. Maybe cost him the championship in the end. But I'm following on board with Copy at the moment. He's the only man on track at the moment not to set a lap time. He's generally in the top 10 here in Tier 1. Got a lot of experience and a lot of bad luck, unfortunately. This man, I've never seen a man be as unlucky as Copy in recent seasons. Having some real issues with incidents.
Yeah, in the meantime, I'm on board with Danico, who invalidates there, unfortunate, and now he's just frustrated with his tires there. Let's get on board with Copy then, but Danico was improving by 2 tenths, and he still had time left to get a faster lap in there, so that's unfortunate for him. He has only time for one more lap, I believe.
Copy across the line then, and he gets it into P10. 28.3, looking very, very, very tight at the top. I mean, there's a few guys who are really starting to push into the 27s now. Got Cody, who's managed to pop himself into P2 with a 27.7 as well. Missed that on track, but yeah, I think the next man on track to cross the line is going to be one of the Aston Martins. It's going to be Boosted Mess. Tenari is out of the session, and I'm not sure what is going on there.
It's just in the pit. In the pit lane retire. Maybe I don't know why exactly, but he had a good time so far.
Tenari is absolutely rapid as well, though. So I wonder if maybe feels so he hasn't got time to get out and get back in again. But he does. He probably does. There's a lot of people in the pits at the moment who are going to be going for another run. 4 minutes on the clock. I wonder if he's just he's off. Maybe drinking champagne because he's done such a good lap.
Well, maybe he's just getting into the sauna for a few minutes, you know. He's Finn, right? He's a Finn as well, right? So I assume he's probably in the sauna to relax for a little bit before the race.
Jumping into the ice bath just after the sauna as well, maybe. Yeah, that's a thing that those madmen over there do. get into a really hot room and then jump into a cold puddle afterwards. Sounds like torture to me, but yeah, each to their own. Got Loft currently on a lap. He's got a purple sector 1 as well. Looking rapid. He's obviously got time to gain because he was up on his time previous lap and span it in the final corner. I believe he's going to be one of the first across the line. We've got Shaka coming over the finish line now as well. Looks like he's going to set a time. Is he going to be able to improve? Looks like he has, yeah, 30.5. He doesn't gain any positions because of that, but he has improved this time. But boosted next across the line.
Love in the meantime improves by 1.5 10. In sector 2 also a purple. But I think indeed. Yeah, go on.
Of course, for a 28 flat, I was going to say there then. And then yeah, coming around the final corner, he does not spin it this time. And let's see what he can do. It is a 27.9, 2/10 up. Fantastic lap from Loft. He puts himself P3.
Yeah, I believe Crystals is... Yeah, he's about to go on a hot lap. He's not on a hot lap yet.
Just starting. Yeah, we've got somebody in the background there as well. That is Tilda, who is warming his tyres up. So we've got a bit of a lull before the... bit of calm before the storm. As everybody's out there. And 2 minutes left on the clock. Everybody's going to be looking to get those final laps in. It's going to be... Crystals is going to be the first one to set these times. And then it's going to be Tilda. And then after that, I believe, is Joel. But yeah, we'll follow on with Crystals and see how he can do. He's got some traffic to navigate for sure. He's got lots of people coming out the pits to do their final runs now.
He improves by 2/10 there in the first sector. That's a good thing. Ooh, but he went wide there. My camera went a bit weird because it was showing the Ferrari in front, but it went wide. So this won't be a good lap from him then, I believe.
He was,
although it seems, yeah, he's saving ERS definitely. It feels like so he's probably trying to set another lap.
As well. Yeah. He's backed out, gone very wide. I think he was blocked there by the Ferrari of, I believe it was Kiko as well. He was trying his best to get out of the way, but he just couldn't get the car stopped in time to let Crystals through. So Crystals will not be the one setting the lap. It was going to be Tilda who's setting the first lap out of these guys. And you follow on board with him and commentate, and I'll keep an eye on
Well, I'm on board with Christian right now, who's just who's just in the SS in sector 2, and he's currently half a 10 slower than his previous lap, but still time to improve, and the margins are small.
Tilda invalidates in turn 13. That's not gone his way. Oh, and then he's hit the wall as well and bumped into AR Gamer, I believe that is, an Aston Alfa Romeo. That's gone very wrong for Tilda. Lepson retires from the session. I believe that's in the pits as well. And yeah, that's not gone well for Tilda.
No. Lepson is not in the pit. That's Love in the pit. Lepson is in sector 2 somewhere.
Yeah, he's died out of turn 8. He has died out of turn 8. There he is on track. But yeah, let's see if we can find who's going to be the first to cross the line.
Yeah, it should be Christian if I'm correct.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, he's going to be coming around the final corner now. And across the line he goes. Christian gets up to P3, 127.8. Yeah, lots of improvement from him. It's going to be Justin next. He's up by 7 hundredths at the moment, 0.075. And into the final corner he goes. Behind him is RRK Lawrence, who is down on his time by the looks of things. Will not be beating his
Justin
time.
only improved by half a 10. Lawrence goes into the pits. Right behind him is Danny Co, who's improving really good, and it's pole position for the time being. What a great time! 1:27.5. What a time! Unbelievable.
Ocean Chief next.
Kiko, no, we're having a look at Kiko for the time being because he's also improving by 1.5 tenths. It's gonna be really close here to the line. And he's one of the last drivers to set a hot lap. What's his time gonna be? Oh, he's gonna go faster! What a qualifying we have. Kiko gets pole if Rookie doesn't, or McKender doesn't improve. McKender is improving, but it's only good for P3. Let's see what Rookie does. Rookie is improving as well, but it won't be enough for pole, as it seems.
Oh, he got very tight on the limits.
Copy
there
improves
on the
a bit as well there. Rookie goes to third. Great last sector as well there.
6/10 he improved there. As I think it's Tipsy Bob is the last man to cross the line, and he does not gain any positions. He improved by 100th, so not what he wants. But okay, in the pits as well. But wow, look at the timing differences there between the top 8 drivers is less than half a second between the top 8 there. And we are going to see some fantastic racing. We're probably going to see a DRS train for a lot of the longest time here in this race here at Bahrain. And it is so tense and tight at the top. We've got Kiko in pole, Danico behind by only 300ths or so. Kiko behind that by just a tenth. And then McKenda by 900ths behind that as well. Wow, what skill these drivers have got, all doing absolutely fantastic times there. And I imagine we're going to see something similar to the last time we were here in Bahrain, where for the entire race in Bahrain last time out, we had 6 drivers minimum in a DRS train for the entire race. And it was getting very tense at the end of that one. So I imagine we're going to be in for an excellent race here this evening in Sakir. And wow.
Great qualifying there at the end, indeed. I completely agree. Great last sector by Rookie as well. He got 4 tenths, 3 tenths in the last sector on his old lap. Shocking, to be honest. But to say something else, like Red Bull drivers are a bit disappointing here. Although the times are really close, so there's still a lot to do in the race. We'll see what happens in the race.
Certainly is. I mean, we're going to definitely see what happens in the race now. It's shaping up for an exciting one. I wonder how much safety cars are going to play a role. And obviously, if the people are running very close together, if the safety car comes out, then we might see big strategy changes, differences from up and down the grid as well. But I imagine, got to think that we're going to have some top racing here. Bahrain is one of the best tracks for overtaking in, but maybe not so necessarily for going side by side through corners, but you can definitely get moves done down into turn 1 and down into turn 4 with the 2 DRS straights. It is a great place to make moves, but if you're brave and very good on the brakes and channel your inner Fernando, you can maybe get a move done into turn 10 as well. And if you push somebody, get on the inside there and push somebody into making a mistake or braking late or backing out, then you get the run down at turn 11, and it's very difficult to get back at somebody into turn 11, even with the DRS down that sector, and make moves there as well. But turns 5, 6, and 7.
We're starting here. It's Kiko and Paul and Danico right beside him. Let's see who got a better start. It's long before the red lights get off, but Kiko seems to be struggling there. And we don't have a good camera view, but Danico seems to have a better start, but also Rookie seems to get a better start. It seems like Danico is getting in front here. Well, he's still side to side. Kiko still manages a bit of contact, but I can't manage my races. Sometimes now there is. Still a great battle between Danico and Kiko. Danico is getting in front, it seems like. But let's see on board with Kiko what happens. He goes round the outside. Will he make it work? It seems like he will make it work, but it still goes side to side. And Kiko backs off there, and Danico into P1 with a great start. McKenna also got some positions there. P3 for one position there. P3 for him. Got Rookie there. And what happened at the back? For some reason, my brother isn't showing.
Tanari ended up going sideways there and had ghosted as well, but then he just righted almost instantaneously. I'm not sure why. I'm wondering if he got pushed back into line. But looking at the tyre situation, as things have settled down a little bit on the first lap after Danico with a great start, takes the lead of the race into turn 1. We have big mix of tyres, but the majority of the grid have gone for the hards. The hard medium proved to be the better strategy in Tier 2. We've got Haas's going side by side there, and Ocean Chief under a lot of pressure now from a Mercedes behind of Tanari. Tanari dropped down a lot of positions there.
Oh, did Tanari go round? Oh, he stays out of the barrier and keeps his front wing intact. A bit lucky there to keep his car intact, and just he can keep going.
I mean, he wouldn't consider himself that lucky, considering he was in a fairly decent position.
Definitely not, but now it's Justin getting at the outside here near Lawrence. He's trying to make a move, but Lawrence breaks late and there's nowhere to go. Had a bit of a contact there, but still Justin keeps it alongside here. The inside that's favorable, but it's a little bit of contact. It seems that Justin's still behind, and now he needs to be defending from Love, which we can't get an camera angle on. But Love goes in the inside of Justin. Just a bit of drag there, but Love still behind. Some fierce battles here, and you see if you be a bit aggressive in the attack, you will get attacked from your back. So you need to be careful at choosing your overtakes here. Christian now right behind Loft.
Certainly do, and I think Loft did made the right decision there. I had to back out a little bit because I was about to say before the start that turns 5, 6, and 7, it's very, very difficult to go side by side through there. It's almost suicidal in order to do so. It looks like Loft and Ocean Chief and AR Gamer had some incident or some contact there. Maybe AR Gamer right on the back of Ocean Chief as it stands. Just in that race, up 2 positions as well. Qualifying's just not seemed to be his strong suit so far this season, but in the race, he has proven to be absolutely rapid. He's gained 2 positions already here this evening. Shaka has gained 3, but he has started on the soft tyres, did Shaka like that. And
Boosted Mess.
A bit early. We've got Boosted Mess off the track at the moment as well. Yes, he's got no wing damage by the looks of things. That is turn 13. A tricky one to get right. You can definitely get things wrong there. DRS is now enabled. As
we're hopping on the train. We're hopping on the train with the DRS train.
A DRS train all the way down to P10 at the moment, where Crystals is sitting at the moment, and then a 2.5 second gap to where tier 1.5 starts. Essentially, Tonari is going to be thinking about maybe scything through this field and making some positions back. He's already got Joel. Joel, who is not usually a no assist runner, is there and struggling by the looks of things here in Bahrain. But yeah, we're seeing a bit of a gap form between Crystals and Eagle Ghost, but that is to be expected. And yeah, we've got having a lovely battle here from P12 down to P19 or 18 as well, with Tonari as well. So waiting to see what comes of all of this, as Rookie looks very close to the back, but because of the DRS trains, it's going to be rather difficult to make a move.
AR Gamer here in the meantime passes Ocean Chief. He seemed to be faster, but is still battling here because AR Gamer goes too wide there and Ocean Chief still regains the position. AR Gamer has more pace, but he doesn't seem to be able to pass Ocean Chief anywhere because he's right at the back here again, but he just can't make the move done. And they're losing time to Eagle Ghost.
Yeah, what he has done is create that gap between Ocean Chief and Eagle Ghost, allowing him to get DRS down the main straight now, and he'll have DRS on this lap, and he opens his wing, and he should be able to get the move done nice and easy into turn 1. But will Ocean Chief be able to come back at him? Ocean Chief goes defensive.
AR Gamer again around the outside here of Ocean Chief. They spin almost, but they keep it on track, and AR Gamer is still behind. It's a fierce battle going on here.
Yeah, it's the best battle that we've got on track at the moment, and it's allowing Lepson to catch up with them as well. Tonari making short work of Tilda and Shakalaka as well. He gets 2 positions in 1 lap, and he's looking to fight back. He seems to have a lot of pace here, does Tonari. Maybe just got a bit too heavy-footed in the early stages, and yeah, as Jensen says in chat, long time no see, Jensen. It's good to have you back. Maybe we'll see you in a car one day soon. Train gives you easily a second overspeed, he says. So yeah, the DRS train definitely gives you pace and lets you create that gap. That gap now 4 seconds between.
Tonari goes to make a move here on Lepson, just more pace on the exit using his ERS and DRS there, and that makes the move easy for Tonari, getting into P14, trying to fight his way back. In the meantime, AR Gamer still behind Ocean Chief. And indeed,
Tonari that he didn't get damage in his 2 incidents that he had. He doesn't seem to have any issues at the moment, and is still being quick. And yeah, but now he's got the guys AR Gamer and Ocean Chief who are battling hard in front of him. He's going to find it much more difficult to get past those. We see fastest lap after fastest lap coming in from the front 5 guys. And Kiko is right on the tail of Daniko, but that does not look as though he's going to go for the move just yet. Goes for a wider line out of turn 2 in order to get the better exit. Is he going to go for the move down into turn 4? It is going to be a move here from Kiko. He's going down the inside for P1, and he gets the move done, gets ahead before the next sector. But Daniko is not giving it up and takes it back. Brilliant racing there. His ultimate bravery there from Daniko, just saying, nope, you're going to have to back out of this one because I am not. Daniko defends his position well.
Yeah, great battle there going on for P1. Brave to try for to go for a move there, I would say, but indeed, what Jensen spoke about P11 not getting on to P10. We have to be honest. There's also just quite a difference, like you said, Kebab. There's quite a difference in skill level be fair and not to try and be rude, but you see some of the drivers in the top 10 are really fast, and Eagle Ghost is not. It's
Yeah.
Eagle Ghost,
We are
OCG,
seeing we're seeing in real time the gap between tier 1 and tier 1.5 essentially, which Eagle
Yeah.
Ghost is currently in P1 of tier 1.5, and but Tonari really thinks he was going to be belonging in tier 1, not tier 1.5, so he wants to get past AR Gamer.
Tipsy
and
Bob around here, Shakalaka. That's a weird place to make a move. It was close battle, so we're having a look at that. In the meantime, Shakalaka's saving a bit of ERS here, but
he's putting him on the backside. He's putting him, but everything's all right. He looks as though he's got no wing damage. He's coming into the pits. He has got wing damage.
He has got wing damage. It doesn't show, unfortunately, but that's not what Tipsy Bob wanted there.
That is strategy and race ruined for Tipsy Bob for the time being, because he's now going to go one of the mediums, which will not go to the end. He is now praying for a safety car. No wing change either, though. I'm not sure what. I mean, he's not. Is he being done dirty like I was in Australia, where he didn't press yes, so therefore they did not change the wing, and he's pitted for nothing, and he'll have to come in and pit again in order to change that wing, if it is indeed slowing him down quite a bit. But he has changed tyres, which means he's going to have to pit again in the future anyway, because he's not going to get those mediums till the end. Kiko, though, in the meantime, the battle for P1 is still going on. He's been unable to mount another attack on Danico, who is currently doing very well to save his ERS. But Makenda behind them both, sitting on 90% ERS. The guys behind just waiting for mistakes in front.
In the meantime, Copy indeed won't be happy with Christian losing out to this DRS train, because Christian is not in the DRS train anymore, and he's trying and using his DRS to get back into it, and it seems like he will here. But for how long will that be, as it seems like Tonari has another crash. He loses 2 positions there, I don't see why.
I imagine it was probably just a bit of a snap, maybe, that got him offline and slow out the exit, and he's struggling maybe. Maybe his setup is a bit too twitchy for the race. Maybe he's overheating his tyres, but trying too hard maybe to get back into the swing after early issues. But Christian, Copy and Christian, back to them. I mean, we're going to start seeing here the guys who are struggling to keep up with this DRS train at the front are going to start using a lot of ERS, and it's going to come down to ERS management. Who's able to stay in this train and who falls out of it? And it looks as though Christian may be struggling to do that. He's down to 20-odd%. Copy also already low as well. There's a few guys in front, but Lawrence 81%. Rookie
Yellow
48%,
flag for
95.
Eagle Ghost, who was in P11.
Oh, he's off. He is off. He certainly is off as well. I cannot catch his car. It looks as though he's got no wing damage. It's just a spin there. It looks to be out of turn 4, which if you get over the curb too much, you can definitely unsettle the car and cause yourself some problems. AR
Yeah,
Gamer,
there was
though,
no one near him. So
still fighting with Ocean Chief, and Ocean Chief defensive into turn 11, forcing AR Gamer to go the long way around. AR Gamer sticking it around the outside into turn 11, and looks as though he's going to get the move done. He's got on the inside now for turn 12 and 13, and AR Gamer is through finally with a move around the outside into turn 11. Fantastic racing from both these guys. But is that the wrong place to make the move? AR Gamer is going to be a sitting duck down the main straight, where Ocean Chief is going to have the DRS. Was that premature from AR Gamer?
well, let's see how that pans out. But yeah, he needs to use his DRS now, but Ocean Chief has way more speed now.
Yeah. Oh, AR Gamer may come back at him into turn 4, but Ocean Chief takes that position back, and it proves his experience is not to be trifled with. He just knew he didn't want to fight that particularly hard, knowing that he was going to have the run into turn 1, and defends it well going into turn 5 as well. Tonari now on the back of Lepson, gets Lepson on the back of Tilda now as well, and looks as though Tilda is holding him up big time. He's struggling with these slower cars around him, is Tonari, because he's got a lot more pace than these guys, but he's going to have to be patient and wait for the right moment. But if anybody can do it, Tonari can. His racecraft has always been exceptional.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, Danico has made a mistake. He's ghosted, and he's got a bit of a snap of oversteer there in turns 11 and 12. Dodged out of the way there and ends up losing the position to Kiko because of that. Oh, that's a big mistake from him in terms of that. Maybe he can mount an attack back on Kiko, but Makenda has 92% ERS, has been holding on to his ERS this entire time, and
Yeah,
now he's
and he's
boosting a bit.
choosing to use it now, a little bit at least. But it won't be enough to pass him because his DRS is just a bit too strong here. But that's unfortunate for Danico. Oh, he
Certainly
breaks
is,
late
yeah,
there,
but
locks up a little bit Danico. Because Kiko
is
just
he
breaks
feeling
earlier.
that pressure? Is he feeling that pressure? And
In the
yeah, it looks as though
meantime,
Tippy Bob did pit
Tunari
twice
and
as well,
AR
so
Gamer are battling. AR Gamer and Tunari now pause Teal. Now AR Gamer does it at the right spot because it's at the main straight, so he has no worries about getting fought back there here to Art, only if it's for this main straight. Not main straight, just this straight.
AR Gamer learning his lesson well there and makes the move in the right place this time. And will hopefully look to create a gap. He goes a bit wide there in turn 7 and 8, but Chief, if anybody can hang on to the back of him, it's going to be Chief. He needs to use that DRS and just hold on to him for the time being. Wait for the mistake. Ocean Chief and AR Gamer both very low on ERS though, so both going to struggle to catch up in front. But 10-second gap now, the gap between Tier 1 and Tier 1.5. And they're going to have Tunari back again after second spin. Well, third spin of the race after turn 1 incident where he got righted by some miracle. But
Well,
Tipsy Bob, as yeah, I mean, he was saying that this was going to be the change, and because him and Ocean Chief are having the battle
Lawrence
of,
there. Lawrence goes alongside Rookie here because he just has more pace and is so close to him. Rookie is at Lawrence is at the inside and he will make a move here, but Rookie is still in front there. Doesn't seem like Lawrence can make a move yet, and now he is a bit too way back to make a move maybe, but he's still close. Is he using his ERS? He won't. And it won't be enough without ERS to make a move, and there's yellow flag for...
I believe that's Joel, I think. It is not. No, Joel is carrying on down the pit straight. I do not know who that is. That was in Alpine. I believe it was
for Crystals. Crystals indeed, but he had such a big gap to AR Gamer that he could have the mistake. But he already lost out to the DRS train from the top 9. And somehow Christian and Copy managed to stay in the DRS train because they almost both lost out, and still they're in the DRS train, so props to them for that, because that will give them a huge shot at just getting more points in only 8th position. And now it's Eagle Ghost with another incident. Maybe his tires are just not willing to work anymore.
Seems to be back going again now, but things are starting to heat up at the front with Cody going for that move there on Rookie. And that is basically what you need to do. You need to start putting the pressure on and getting alongside, getting good exits, getting alongside and causing the other driver in front to change their line, mix things up a bit, and then that makes them lose the DRS train in front, allowing you to make the move earlier. But McKenna, fastest lap at the moment, 32 flat. And honestly, I'd struggle sometimes to do a 32 in qualifying, and these guys are doing it in the race on hard tyres. Absolutely rapid, these guys are. But look how consistent they are as well. The DRS train is still going all the way down to P9.
Indeed, yeah, but indeed, like Jens said, the Crystals before he crashed already, he was already for quite a few laps. He already dropped out of the DRS train, so he basically didn't lose too much, but he was still 3.5 seconds behind, and he wasn't losing too much time to the DRS train.
Ocean Chief side by side here, sorry to interrupt, but Tenari gets the move done down into turn 4, and it's easy as you like. Ocean Chief looked to defend it, but he's got no battery left, and didn't really have enough to do that with. But Tenari also very, very low on his battery, and it's difficult to regain battery here at Bahrain unless you're in one of these DRS trains. And Tenari now all over the back of AR Gamer and looking to make another move. Will he be able to catch up that 15-16 second gap though to get into the top 10? Who knows? There's a long way to go though. At lap 11 we've got a yellow flag and it's gone already. It's yeah.
For Tilda, I believe.
Tilda is corner cut. He got a 5-second penalty for it as well. So imagine he just got a bit out of shape going into turn 10 there and cut across the track. And the game has given him a big penalty for that.
Ooh, Danico is closing on Kiko and he will make a move. He just has way more speed here and he's at the inside here of Kimo, however you want me to say it tonight. And Danico makes a move down and Kiko doesn't fight his way back here. He uses a bit of ERS to try and catch on, but he won't be able to make a move back here at turn 4. Turn 3? Turn 3,
he was
sorry.
almost in danger of losing out to McKenna there as well. If McKenna was a bit
4.
braver, maybe he would have boosted a lot and used a lot of ERS to drive up the inside of Kiko into turn 4, but he didn't go for the risk, and now he's going to find it much more difficult now that Kiko has DRS from the car in front. But Danico with a fantastic move there, and he could have done it nicely in terms of getting in front just before turn 2 with very, very fine margins. You saw the wing were millimeters away from each other. But Danico, as somebody's lit a fire under his backside here in Bahrain, and he is proving that he is still in this championship fight. He has still got the pace to compete, and Kiko Schmiko, it's mine for the taking, he says. But still a long way to go, like I say, lap 12 of 29, and we'll probably see people start to pit around lap 15, 16, 17 for the mediums. The mediums can go half the race, and they have the quicker tyre, so the hard guys will be looking to get onto those. And we saw last year, 3-second time penalty for AR Gamer comes in, but we saw last year with the Bahrain Grand Prix that Justin, that racer, managed to gain 3 or 4 positions, I believe, by undercutting the entire field in this situation. So I wonder who is going to be the first to pull the trigger and go for that undercut, go for the mediums, and how many positions they may be able to gain, because the undercut here in this kind of situation with everybody within 1 second of each other can be vital in terms of points playing position.
Yeah, definitely, but you have to trust on your own pace as well. Like, you're just cruising. Oh, that's a bit easy to say because I won't be cruising in this DRS train, but now you're just cruising in the DRS train, and if you pit, you have to fully rely on your own pace, but you have the faster tires. But for some people, it might be better to go for the undercut, but for some people, you would maybe advise to just stay in the DRS train because that's your better chance of gaining some positions.
RK Lawrence is currently sitting on a 100% ERS. And I'm wondering, there's a couple of people here, McKenna and RK Lawrence in particular. Got a yellow flag there in turn 1, but I don't believe it's too big an incident. But RK Lawrence and McKenna in particular are holding on to their ERS very well. And I imagine the reason they are doing that is so that once everybody in front of them goes for the undercut and pits, they have got
till
so
then,
much
Eagle Ghost are battling in the
battery.
meantime, and Eagle Ghost goes wide there. That's probably, they were together in the pit really close, and seemed like the yellow flag was because of that. And now Tilda managed to pass Eagle Ghost right out of the pit. That's a bold move.
So number of drivers at the back have pitted already and gone for the medium, or well, changed to all the medium runners essentially. That was going to the hard tyres, but I don't believe the medium to hard strategy works very well, and it's the reason being is because you just can't use the mediums as long as if you did the second stint of the race on them. So the hard tyres seem to be the better starting race tyre. But look at this train that we've got. Last season we had a train of 6 cars for the entire race. This season we're going to have 9 cars for the entire race by the looks of things. And the pit chat strategies are going to be absolutely massive. And Ocean Chief is the first to pit from the hard tyres.
Crystal's retired.
Crystal's retired out of turn 3. And that is gone not.
Oh, he just spun and lost
his
his wheel. He crashed into the wall, it seems like. He lost his wheel there, as we saw with Tunari.
Safety car. Full course safety car. That is going to allow all of the hard runners now to pit and get the mediums on. And those should go.
But
to
look
the
at
end of the
Ocean
extra
Chief's
lap.
position.
Certainly,
He just pitted onto the mediums.
Well, I don't know if that's a good thing or not, because now he's missing out on the free pit stop.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. Yeah, he could indeed.
So it could backfire for Ocean Chief. He maybe didn't want that to come. But we're seeing a lot of guys now pitting there at the back. We've seen a number of guys who were already pitted for the mediums. But the hards going on to a fresh set of mediums. So Leps and Boosted are going now on a fresh set of mediums that they've taken with the allocation there. And in terms of tier 1.5, that is huge. AR Gamer currently leading tier 1.5, but it also lets Tunari catch up to the pack as well. And maybe
everyone is going in, and Kiko and Rookie are both going in. Rookie, Rookie,
Oh,
that's sloppy.
disaster. That is absolute disaster. That 5-second penalty could cost him several positions with how tight the field is at the moment. Does anybody get a jig in the? How does? I mean, who knows what's going to happen here now with the pit stops, with the new interactive pit stops as well? It looks like everybody stayed in the same place, apart from Rookie, who has dropped 2 positions because he got held up by his teammate in front of him. Rookie loses 3-4 positions and gets a 5-second penalty. That is disaster for Rookie.
Yeah, so see what
disaster.
Rookie indeed loses those positions, but also Christian lost a position to Copy there in the pit. Christian was in front of Copy. Now
It was the double stack, yeah. Chat is
double
talking about
stacks.
that as well. A couple of people got shafted big time there in the pits. Tipsy Bob did not pit and is on soft still, so he needs to pit. I'm not sure what this man's thinking at the moment. He is currently... Where is he? He is currently coming around turn 11 and 12, so behind Shakalaka, right behind Shakalaka, who has pit. So yeah, I imagine he's probably just tried to gain some, prevent himself from getting lapped, I think is what the call is there. But he really needs to get in there and get on the mediums now, and not punch Shaka again, because he did that last time. But is Tipsy Bob going to come in? Is this going to be the resurrection that his race needed? He is, as I was talking about before as well, we were talking about that, is they are, Ocean Chief and Tipsy Bob are in the Battle of the Irish at the moment, in the terms of the championship, and Ocean Chief is well in the lead on that with 6 points at the moment. Tipsy Bob was saying that it was all down to luck before this race started, and that today was the day it was going to change, and it has not gone that way so far for Tipsy Bob.
Well, if it
famous
means
last
that it's
words.
gonna change, then it's not by luck. It wouldn't mean any good for him. But let's assume that he just got it wrong.
He's got a lot of work to do now, being very back of the grid. But we've seen people win from the back of the grid at this stage of a race before. I doubt he's going to win it, but oh, Joel's gone wide there, in very, very wide in turn 10, struggling with his new hard tyres. But yeah, we're now going to have some more fantastic races. We've got everybody pretty much on the mediums, apart from Shakalaka and Joel, who are on hard tyres. And I believe they're going to struggle for the rest of the race, unfortunately. It's going to be a while before the safety car comes in, because we've got Tipsy Bob still to catch up. He's coming round turn 8 at the moment.
Oh, Rookie goes into the
F2
pit again.
drivers.
That's a strategy call, probably, because he thinks he got a new set of mediums. He thinks, like,
wants
if
to
I get a
serve his
5
penalty.
seconds penalty now, maybe I can get a little bit back into the points, or maybe even into the DRS train. I think that's
It's
a bit
maybe
ambitious.
worth it,
But
yeah. It's
I
maybe
think
worth
it's a
it.
good call, indeed.
He's not going to lose too many positions. The positions that he does lose, he's going to be able to regain, because he's one of the quickest men on track here. So he's going to get past Boosted, Lepson, Shaka, Joel, Chief, and possibly AR Gamer, and get back into the points and be fighting for his position. Whereas if he didn't serve that penalty and then another safety car comes out, he would be really in the trenches then. So yeah, I think that is a very smart move from Rookie. Whoever's crew chief in the man is made a brilliant call, and if he's crew chief himself, he's pulled a 200 IQ move there, I think.
Well, for sure he's in call together with Kiko, the Frenchman, but I don't know if they have a race strategist. Like, you know, it's Ferrari, so they chose to drive in a Ferrari, so I assume they don't have a good race strategist. But they made a call good by themselves, probably.
If it's Ferrari, then it's probably, you know, a potato with a battery hoover that's doing the strategy calls or something like that, and or a clown of some description. I don't know.
They just have a potato mesh, a roaster, and they put potatoes into that, you know, and see what comes out of it.
Yeah, it's like playing Yahtzee or something like that kind of thing. They just throw tea leaves into the air, and however they land, that's the strategy. I can't imagine it's going to be any different. I mean, look, so far from practice 1 in real F1, Ferrari are going to be struggling at Jeddah. It does not look as though Ferrari are going to be the team that are going to be competing with Red Bull this weekend. Red Bull look as though they've got the pace to dominate once more. Aston Martin, again, looking strong though. Fernando is looking for maybe another podium.
Yeah, but Fernando definitely, like, people are always talking about, to talk about Formula 1 for a bit, people are always talking, oh, it's between Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton. But I feel like, but probably most people know that, but I feel like Fernando Alonso belongs between them, or maybe even above them. His driving talent is
I'd like to take you on a trip down memory lane to Lewis Hamilton's very first race in Australia, where he made Alonso look like an absolute fool, and then wound him up so much because he was quicker than Alonso that season that Alonso resorted to dirty underhand tactics, as what Alonso is wanting to do. I'm not really a big fan of Alonso. I think he should have been banned from the sport after Crashgate, but he got away with that one. If we're honest, definitely. But I am interested to see him up there, and it's also very interesting to see that they're up there with a Mercedes engine as well. So Mercedes have got very little excuses for how poorly they are doing so far this season. But I am not of the ilk of that everybody else is, of saying that Max Verstappen has already won the championship, although he probably has. But there's a long way to go. Nobody was saying that Ferrari had already won the championship after winning Bahrain last season and the 2 Red Bulls retired.
Definitely agree with that, but it seems like Red Bull is really fast. Like for the thing, GP said to Max plus 0.7. That's like plus 0.7. It's 7/10. It's a lot. Like I don't think there's anyone who can just get what's to that happen.
I remember being a Ferrari fan back in 2019, thinking, well, Ferrari are finally going to win a championship again after decades without one. And turned out they were cheating, so they had to undo that, and then they were not competitive for the rest of the season. So if something... Oh! What's just happened there? Rookie has just been punted off the track by an Aston Martin. I'm not sure what on earth has gone on there.
It's Shakalaki is giving back the position. I don't know exactly what happens here. Everyone is going slow here.
That was...
It's weird, but the safety car is going in, but look what's happening at the back. There's something weird going on here.
I'm not sure at all what's going on there, but we'll
Melbourne all over again. Let's go at the front, because the restart is almost going, because unfortunate or fortunate, the safety car is going in.
It's going to be a late start from Danico, and he has gone now, and he's using his boost, and it looks as though he has not got the jump on Kiko. But down into turn 1, there's going to be a battle here, is there maybe? We've got... Just Not Racer is going to go side by side, and it is RK Lawrence who defended the inside very aggressively there from Justin That Racer, and very well raced there from RK Lawrence. Absolute fantastic defense into turn 1. He knew he was coming, and is Justin now going to go for a move? No, he's not. It looks as though it's going to be a clean restart. No position changes at this front.
No, not at the front at least. At the back there were some with Tilde and Rookie, I believe, and with Lepson and Eagle Ghost. So there are some changes, but not at the front indeed. Rookie seems really close to Tilde here. He's going to make a move around the outside here. There's some wheel banging going on. He keeps it still alongside.
He's kept the inside. That is vital for the next corner, because turn 10 having the inside is... You definitely want it. The person on the outside basically has to back out. Because if the guy on the inside locks up even the tiniest bit, it's very easy to lock up in that turn 10. You are dead, basically.
Yeah, I agree. There's no way.
And then
he passes Joel as well.
In 2 corners, he gets 2 moves done. But we expect this from Rookie. He is absolutely rapid, and he's got guys in tier 1.5 in front of him. And yeah, he should be making short work of these guys and getting through the things. But it also depends on whether or not he has damage to his rear wing, because he got a big hit in the back. So big that the Aston Martin pretty much went underneath him and lifted him into the air, pushed him off track. Danico with the fastest lap of the race, and it looks as though he's boosting a lot. Kiko is also down to 22% ERS, and Danico almost dropped him from DRS as well.
Christian goes for the move, a deep dive, and it's wheel banging here with Scopy, it seems, with Christian still behind, and now Tunari is right behind him as well. Maybe Tunari can try for a move on Christian here.
He's got a big run here as well on Christian. Christian defends to the inside. I would have maybe gone for the inside there as well anyway. He left the gap there, did Christian, and Tunari's going to go around the outside in turn 4, and he looks as though he's kept his nerve, but he will not keep the position as Christian just too brave. Yeah, brave, very brave, going side by side into this sector here is suicide. It is so difficult to go side by side in the turns 6, 7, and 8. 5, 6, and 7.
Rookie makes another move in the meantime. About at turn 10, I agree, you cannot, but you can make it from the outside if you go for the switchback when someone breaks late. There is a possibility, but you have to rely on the other to make a mistake. But you can't keep it alongside at the outside. I would definitely agree on that.
Yeah, it's just too risky, because if they make a mistake, then they're going to take you out with them. And contact in that corner, the cars are so on the limit in that corner generally. Any kind of contact there is going to spin you around. Just ask Yorgos Ioannidis yesterday in Tier 2, because he got in an incident there with Joel, and it did not go well for Joel. Joel doing well in P13 at the moment in Tier 2.5, but he has got those hard tyres. He's going to struggle to keep Tilda behind him. Tilda is probably going to be the next overtake on track as well, as he gets very close to Joel, and I think he tapped him there as well, but he should still get the move done. There's the two Williams drivers here, maybe going to work together. Joel is looking to defend the inside actually, and no DRS yet because it's just been enabled this lap, so you don't get it down that straight, but he will get it down the next one into turn 4. Danico has created the gap now and is now 1.1 seconds away from Kiko and has more ERS. McKenda used all of his ERS as well, and Cody in P4 at the moment is still sitting pretty with 60-odd% and has defended well from Justin at the restart in order to hold onto his position, and now he's going to be chasing down these guys in front who have all wasted their battery. We've got 9 laps to go and some very, very exciting racing going on here in Bahrain.
That's absolutely huge from Danico, and a great effort there getting out of the DRS train. That's absolutely insane. Still with 30% DRS left. Rookie in the meantime trying to get attached to some kind of DRS train that's left because it's not much.
Joel into turn 11, but he backs out of it in the end, and he's struggling.
Oh, Joel goes wide, and now it's Tilda going alongside, but the Eagle Ghost.
Eagle Ghost also looking to get a position there as well. He gets Joel. Joel's struggling hard on these hard tyres. And
Tilda spins.
Spinning around in turn 13, and he's managed to keep it out of the wall just about, but that puts him down into last place, and he's cooked his tyres. He does donuts and is struggling to get the car back in a straight line. You need to use higher gears, my friend. You need to get yourself into third, fourth, fifth very early. Tipsy Bob up into P15 after being last after the safety car restart, and McKenda is going to be putting big pressure now onto Kiko. But Kiko, no ERS. McKenda, no ERS. Just RK Lawrence, plenty of ERS. 3 second time penalty comes in for Christian, and that could cost him points as well. Big problem for him there. He's going to need to make big gaps now in the last 8 laps.
Yeah, that's definitely not what you want, and it has been an issue for some drivers. It was an issue for Danico last week, this time penalty, and now it is for Christian, because there's no way he will fight his way back into some more points, although it was already really difficult for him. It's really unfortunate.
In front of Copy that he can maybe take advantage of and get Copy on track as well, though. So he's got to keep racing, keep fighting his fight. We've now got a DRS train from the P2 to P6, and any one of those guys could get onto the podium, really. RK Lawrence is looking very healthy on ERS, though, meaning that McKenda and Kiko are really struggling. Kiko is going to be struggling hard for straight line speed, and Danico has boosted and used all of his ERS as well to maintain that gap, and he's now got a 1.5 second gap, catching up with chat there. Both Jensen and Samim are talking about Danico. They're calling him a beast and an animal, and you can't disagree with that. Getting rid of these guys from DRS as is that RK Lawrence looking down the inside? He was having a spy, he does not make the move for the time being.
Christian makes a move on Copy in the meantime. We missed out on that. But now Christian still has a tough job because Love is in front of him, and McKenna gets passed by Lawrence there. Lawrence has the inside and will make the move down.
Christian as well. It does not look as no, he's too far back. Too far back, but Copy could just hang back now and save some ERS. Tipsy Bob gets laps in, as you say. Big gap there. Still, he's got 3.5 seconds, 4 seconds to catch Ocean Chief, and none of that means anything if he doesn't get into the points. He needs points to catch Ocean Chief in the championship of the Irish, and he's nowhere near that.
Lawrence almost spins there. It seems like, but it might have been a little bit of a glitch. I'm not sure because
McKenna, he did get past McKenna somewhere. I missed that.
On the second straight towards turn 4 on the inside, he made a move. We had it on camera.
He will now have Kiko in his sights. Kiko, with very little ERS to defend this with, is going to struggle big time. And Danico in front as well, also without ERS as well. He's boosted and used all of his. He's put all his eggs in that basket that he can keep these guys behind. But if RK Lawrence gets a nice slingshot down this straight and gets past Kiko into turn 4, he could very well be on the tail of Danico and take the win of the race. Fantastic stuff from RK Lawrence in race management.
Danico has lost all his ERS basically because he's 8 person left only, and Kiko is closing in a little bit. It might still get close. It might.
Might just, yeah. Kiko needs that DRS in order to defend from RK Lawrence as well, and RK Lawrence is not using his. He's just waiting for the opportune moment to make this move. He's caught up to the back. Kiko almost got into DRS range there. Is Danny struggling? Has Danny killed his tyres, getting them out of DRS? And oh, it's so tense. Who knows what's going to happen here? Just That Racer is currently high in the championship as well, and he's going to lose out big time to Danico and Kiko here if he doesn't get moves done. Makenda sitting low on ERS as well, but
Kiko is getting into the DRS again. It was just under, but now he's just above the DRS gap. Yellow flag. It is for one of the Aston Martins. It's for Shakalaka. Going slow, probably spun there. Probably hit the wall as well. Let's see, will Kiko get ERS? DRS, he's using all his ERS to get some, but to Nari.
Nari, no! He had to come back on the cards, and he's got a penalty that's basically going to cost him points there, which means
no
that
DRS.
if Tippy Bob can get past Ocean Chief, then maybe he's got an outside chance at a point or two. And yeah, let's not talk about that until it comes though. But RK Lawrence right on the back of Kiko. Kiko without DRS. RK Lawrence. Oh, he does have DRS, does Kiko? He did get DRS down the main straight and maybe into turn 4 as well. That's going to mean that he maybe can catch up with the backup, but he's going to have a lot of pressure now from RK Lawrence. And we're going to see some fantastic racing here from these guys, I believe, in a second, because RK Lawrence is one of the cleanest and most aggressive drivers on the grid, and he's not afraid to send it when it needs to be sent. And he can see that blinking light in front of him as well. That is like, oh, it's like a red flag to a bull, that is. And is he going to try and go for the move down into turn 11? He's not boosting, but Kiko is using all of his battery there to defend from RK Lawrence, but he's gonna lose it down the main straight, I believe. He's using so much battery here to defend from RK Lawrence that he's losing touch with Danico. If RK Lawrence can get past Kiko, then we've got a real race on our hands for P1 as well, because RK Lawrence and Danico, they've got history as well after RK Lawrence targeted him in Miami last year, and it's going to become down to the wire here. We have got such good racing here in this thing.
But now Lawrence is definitely going for a move here. He goes alongside and just has way more speed with his ERS, with his DRS. And now it's up to Lawrence to close the gap to Danico, and he will have DRS.
Rookie is also going to go for the move on to Nari as well. It gets to the inside, and Nari doesn't look like he's going to fight it particularly hard, and goes maybe for the switchback. Nope, he's not going to go for anything particular special. Rookie has that, and he's got no penalty either. So Rookie is now back into the points with that 200 IQ strategy move to get rid of his 5-second penalty. But he's a long way off where he was, because he was in the contention for the top 5, and it does not look like he's going to get close to that. But he may catch Christian out, and has Copy in his sights to gain more points. But RK Lawrence now into P2 and on the back of Danico. It is hotting up big style now, and Danico may just give it up and give him the position. But Danico has managed to regain a little bit of ERS, but it's not going to be enough to fight RK Lawrence with. RK Lawrence is rapid at the moment, and he's doing so because he's managed his race so much better than everybody else with his ERS. Surprised to say that we're not seeing Makenda in that fight as well. Makenda, after the safety car, would have had 100%. Everybody would have had 100% after the safety car.
Rookie made a move on Copy here. We missed that, but it was an unusual turn, but it's a lovely turn to overtake here at turn. Turn 12 is that not? It's turn
11,
12.
12, and 13 is
yeah, definitely it was 12.
Right? So it was 12. Yeah, so fastest lap from RK Lawrence as well. A 30.4. He's starting to put the pressure on Danico. He looks to the inside. He doesn't go for the move this time, but Danico's light is flashing, and it looks like RK Lawrence is going to go for the run, maybe into turn 4. Maybe he's going to bide his time a little bit. And
I think he's just buying time.
Yeah, it's a difficult one to make the move into there. You've got to get a very good exit compared to the guy in front into turn 4. But he's probably going to wait for the easier move down into the turn 1 instead. And Danico is worried now. He's going to have a lot of worry lines on his face as he's looking to win. He needs to win this race because he hasn't won one yet this season, and he's got a big gap to catch up to his contenders for the title in Kiko and Justin That Racer. And he wants that title. He needs that title. Oh, a bit of a wobble there from RK Lawrence behind, and I get a terrible camera angle for the time being, but it looks as though he's still in contention for it, though, is RK Lawrence, and it's going to go down to the wire. Even if he gets past, maybe he's going to wait till the last lap to get past, because if he gets past now, he's giving Danico the opportunity to save DRS and ERS, and maybe come back at him on the last lap. But Tipsy Bob gets past Eagle Ghost in the background as well. Oh, Eagle Ghost is off. Eagle Ghost has gone off in turn 10. He's back going again. It looks as though he has no damage. He survived it, but not what he wanted.
But let's see what Lawrence will do. He will have DRS, but he won't use his ERS yet. But he will have pace maybe to try for a move, but he just will back off a little bit and wait. You know, the thing is,
being patient, biding his time. He gets a bit of a wobble there, but he catches it, and he's biding his time nicely, being very, very patient here.
The thing is, you can be too patient as well.
If he leaves it too late, then maybe Danny Coe gets the defense done. But this is one of those tracks that it's very hard to defend down that main straight with the DRS. It's almost like if the guy's within 3/10, 4/10 of you coming around that final corner, gonna get you regardless. You can defend the inside, but that gives the car overtaking the inside for turns 2, and but then puts them on the outside, I suppose, for turn 4. But you get DRS down there as well. Whoever gets that second DRS can sometimes fight back into turn 4, which we saw in real life with Max and Charles Leclerc last season, going at it, hammering tongs, swapping position left, right, and centre through that complex. So yeah.
The thing I want to say, Danico is saving a little bit of ERS, and if he will not move past him, Lawrence, in the 28th lap, I think he can't pass him in the last lap either, because there's just no way with the ERS of Danico, because he's saving a little bit and he will have enough to just keep it in front if he doesn't pass him soon enough, I believe.
Well, see, I mean, the chat's saying that
but he's using his ERS now, so he's definitely going for the move now, Lawrence. He will try and make a move.
He's gone for the inside, and he's going to get it done on lap 28 of 29. 1 lap to go, and yeah, as I was about to say there, that chat are talking about this. They are good friends, these two. They've raced together for many years, and they will be in VC together. So Danny knew he was a sitting duck. And we'll probably
but the race hasn't been decided now. The race is just about to start because Danico has some ERS to try some things, maybe, and there's still 1.5 lap remaining. Oh yes, Danico struggles a bit over the curbs there.
But yeah, he needs to push now, and they'll be talking together. And these guys have crashed plenty of times in the past, given how close they race. But Danico, with 2 laps remaining, just needs to save his ERS as much as he can and wait for that opportune moment, wait for that time, and maybe for a mistake. Kiko is not out of this yet either. He's sitting behind on 20% ERS at the moment. Makenda rounding out the top 4, and Justin behind in P5 has 0 ERS. So it's going to be tight. It's going to be right down to the wire. But it's between these 5. Loff has made a mistake.
Sorry for that. I got him. Sorry for that. I got some mentions from my computer saying that I should have some antivirus.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Little bit of black screen or alt tabbing, unfortunately, but we still have a race going on. But Danico, it's bugged a little bit because it said Danico is 1.4 seconds behind, but he's definitely not. But in one of the ERS, Lawrence is using his, but they both use all their ERS now. It's now coming down to ERS and keeping DRS and keeping your car on track and in front.
Yeah, and this might be the last chance that Danico gets to make a move on the final lap. And he doesn't look as though he's close enough. 4/10 there. He is gaining, but not quick enough. And RK Lawrence gets into P4, turn 4 first. And that could be all she wrote, because there is not a lot of opportunities to make an overtake from here till the end of the race. And we are last lap now on Bahrain. And we have 5 drivers still within DRS of each other at the front of this one. It has been a very tense battle the entire race. The safety car really threw a spanner in everybody's works. Makenda maybe mismanaged.
Oh, Danico locks up and that's race done, and Kiko gets past him there.
Danico.
Can he keep on, Danico?
He's got the outside for turn 11 as well. Kiko's not going to give this up. This is important for the
Oh,
championship. Danico
Danico
tries to go
goes
around the
for the
outside.
move, but look at
He
McKenna
has the
behind
inside, he's got
maybe.
the faster line. And nope, he's got the faster line for the turn 11 and 12. And he's going to defend it into turn 13. Oh, he's going to go for the dive. He's gone for the dive. He pushed him off the apex, but he does not get the move done. Danico with desperation moves there as RK Lawrence runs away with it now and will win the race. And Danico is going to go for the move again into the final corner, but again, no, nothing doing, and he's going to lose out to Kiko. It is the bottle once more from Danico on the final lap. He's made a mistake and gifted points to his main title rival. Oh my word, what a finale.
What a race. What a finale of the race indeed. Last 2 laps were insane.
And McKenna was almost all over the back of Danico and almost took his podium away from him. Danico from P1 in lap 28 to P3 on lap 29. And it's gone not right. But Rookie has got an amazing result there with P7 in the end. Only half a second behind Andreas Loff as well. But Loff with a great result as well. Tenari does manage to get a point in the end after that. And I think I've got to go with RK Lawrence for driver of the day. It's a tough one because he won it. But he won it by being the driver of the day, by managing the race correctly, managing his ERS, and
starting from
like
P5.
Jensen says, the silent assassin. I'm not sure who else is up contention for the driver of the day. We'll continue that conversation as we look at where everybody started and finished. And yeah, Jensen says he's nurturing his tyres, happy to sit P2 and P3, and strikes when he needs to. The game gives driver of the day to RK Lawrence. And I'm tending to agree with that because it was a masterclass from him today, and he doesn't race here very often. And he has made the championship contenders look fools in terms of championship
Well,
result.
I definitely agree on that. And just a great race management from him, and just being patient enough to get a win there at the end, and saving his ERS, not draining it too early like some others maybe did. And he started from P5 as well, so I definitely agree with Lawrence getting driver of the day, because I simply think there's no other contender for driver of the day as well.
Doesn't look that way at all. AR Gamers did very well to get from P15 to P11 and win the battle of the old men at the back. But yeah, RK Lawrence, fantastic drive from him. Absolutely schooled the rest of the grid on how to win a race. And hopefully Danico can learn from that and maybe just sit behind Kiko next time. But what a fantastic race that was. That was amazing. And it was very, very similar to the last time we were here at Bahrain, where we had so many drivers so close to each other for so long. It's almost like watching esports. Such as the talent and skill on display here. And yeah, honourable mentions to Tenari, who managed to get back into the points, even with a penalty and 3 spins. And also Rookie with his 200 IQ move, but obviously he's gone from P3 to P7, which is not ideal. But he did manage to get himself some decent points and on the board for Ferrari for the championship. So great racing all around. We are definitely going to have to make the interview short this week, because in 14 minutes, Newcastle kick off against Nottingham Forest, and I am very much looking forward to watching that game. So we shall be rather rapid with the interview, shall we? Let's bring
we will for your support, but we have to see who we want to bring, and we can keep it even shorter if you want, because yet there's nobody ready for an interview, it seems like. But indeed, what a great race, but what a shame for Danico at the end, losing points again. It's just, he has lost points so many races, like where he shouldn't, and already this season. And I think it's just a bit of sloppiness and some frustration there at the end as well, maybe.
Honestly,
but
I think
that's
from
not
my
how you
point
want
of
to
view,
enter a
he's
race.
trying too hard. He's trying too hard and putting too much pressure on himself, because it's several times now that he's bottled a championship, and it seems he's got the bottling in early. We'll bring Mexico City fan in, otherwise known as RK Lawrence, our winner this evening, driver of the day as well, with an absolute masterclass in race management this evening there, Cody. Absolutely fantastic win. You must be very pleased with that. Apparently not. Okay, so we haven't got Mexico City fan. He doesn't seem to be here. We'll come back to him. if we can, and go on to Christian. He says his internet is acting up, so we shall move swiftly on. Cannot connect at the moment, so we'll move swiftly on. We've got Christian, who's the only man who's sitting there waiting for a interview at the moment, who we can't actually interview. So we'll interview you again and see how your race went. It was touch and go at times, but you got points, and it's a decent point. So how do you feel about your race there?
It's not good at all. That's basically it. Yeah, it just lost 2 positions at the start, and then the safety car came, so we couldn't really do anything fun with the strategy.
Yeah, it looks as though you lost out big time under that safety car as well. Was that the double stack with Justin there causing problems?
Yeah.
Well, it's
But,
not ideal. Not ideal at all. But I mean,
And,
what else can you do, really? You can't stay out and go around again because you would lose even more time. So it's just the nature of having a competitive teammate, I suppose.
yeah.
But
But I only lost 1 position at least, but then right after the safety car, I got so frustrated that you know, I kind of sended it on Cubby and smacked his front wing off. So I'm probably gonna get a penalty.
well, we'll cross that bridge when it comes to it with the FIA anyway. But things have been going well for you so far in general in the standings of Tier 1. It's a good, a sizable jump up from Tier 2. You did very well in Tier 2 last season, but lost out to Meepo in the end. And you've come up to Tier 1, and you are wiping the floor with Meepo here. It has to be said. Obviously, he's had some issues with his wheel and things like that. But it's a good start to your Tier 1 career so far. Your qualifying pace is unreal. Is it something is the race that's lacking? What do you feel is that you need to take to improve that next step?
Yeah, probably the first 10 or 15 laps I lose so much time. It's embarrassing. I don't know, it just takes me 10 or 15 laps to, get up to pace with everyone.
Do you practice just before races by any chance? Do you do any TT practice, or do you get into a practice session and do a little race start, qualifying race start at all?
Yeah, I've done all week basically, so it's always been like that. I don't know why.
Yeah. I imagine it's probably mental then. It's the pressure of race and making a mistake in the early stages, and you've got to. That will come with experience, I suppose, and time. But we're gonna have to move on quickly because I've got football to watch, and we've got more people to interview. But we shall leave it there. Thank you very much for your time, Christian, and best of luck next week.
Thank you.
I do apologise for this, but we have got to get through these very quickly. We're going to interview Danny Cole next because he's sitting there in the interviews, and it'll be an interesting interview, this one. It's not gone your way today there, Danny Cole, has it? It's Battle of the Bottle. It's not gone well. I mean, last 2 laps, you're winning the race. You're a second ahead of everybody, but you would have been in voice chat with Cody, I imagine, and knew what was going to happen. How painful was that, knowing that he had you dead to rights and you couldn't do anything about it?
Well, I could have fought him when he overtook me, but I didn't. So yeah.
Why not?
I thought I could get him back. Probably should have into turn 4, but
I mean, it would have been a hell of a send. But he tried a couple of aggressive sends on Kiko in the last couple of laps. Really desperation moves, though. Didn't quite work out. Kudos to Kiko for keeping his cool there, because you pushed him off the apex a couple of times. But at the very least, the bright side of it is that you are back. You've got big points in the last 2 races. 2 podiums in the last 2 races.
No.
But it's not enough, really,
No.
is it? You need to be winning these
no.
in order to catch
Last
the guys
race
in
should
front.
have been a win. End of. But game's awful and that. This race should have been a win, but DRS trains are just uncanny. It's a joke. You can't break them, so you just gotta fucking hope they don't just. Oh mate, I can't
I
anymore.
can feel the frustration. It's like I can sense it from
I mean,
all the
the
way from
safety car restart shows it. Could have gapped him, but no.
I mean, you did. I mean, at one stage you did get the gap, and then you
Yeah.
were away, and it didn't pan out. Still, it's
No.
so difficult to keep that gap there. And Kiko is rapid, as
Well, I
well.
mean,
And
screen freezes on Apex turn 1 didn't help losing 2
oh,
attempts instead of 1, so
that's never
yeah.
ideal. What do you think causes that? Is that just the game being an issue, or is it your
I
PC needs
I
updating, or what?
I don't know because it's only just started doing it recently after the most recent update, so I don't know. Um, I'm I'm just
Is your
wanting the new
PC
game.
top of the line, or
It's not top of the line, but it didn't have it for the first fucking couple of months for the game, so it's I don't know.
it's not ideal?
Might
Not ideal
might
at
need a
all.
clean, but I'm done. I'm done.
Well, best of luck next week. I hope things go better for you so far. But I mean, on the other side of things, I mean, the last couple of championships that have not gone your way, it's always been you've been leading the championship, doing well at the start, and then people catch you up and you bottle it. And if you get the bottles in early, maybe the second half of the season's going to go your way. Let's just
Mm,
think of it that way, hopefully. Um,
hopefully, but from what's happened previous seasons, everyone seems to do better in the second half, and I tend to do better in the first half. So it's looking like a downhill trajectory anyway. So
fingers crossed for you anyway. I mean, it's a tough grid here in SLR. We've got some rapid drivers, and the mental pressure on racing around with these guys on your tail for 29 laps must be huge as well. So kudos to you for just keeping your head as well as you do majority of the time. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what else you can do really other than fix the screen freezes and things like that kind of thing. But do you think sometimes maybe you're trying a little bit too hard and that pressure that gets to you and it causes the mistakes, or is it?
no, turn 10 happened early on in the race. So it's just consistency just goes for a lap, and then it could all go how it did.
That's a nightmare, isn't it? That turn 10 it haunts many people's dreams, I'm sure. But yeah, we have got 5 minutes remaining before Newcastle kick off against Nottingham Forest, so we're going to move on swiftly and let you wallow in your misery and drown your sorrows and let you go. But
Mm-hmm.
thank you very much for your time, Danny. We'll take care and have a
You
good
too.
one next week.
Bye.
And yeah, I don't know if you want to continue doing the interviews or not, Rosarian, because I've kind of taken over a couple of them. As I always do.
No,
But I've
it's
got to go
fine.
because
It's
I've
fine.
got football to watch, man. I've got football to watch. We can just leave it there if we want to as
Well,
well. We've got Kiko as well to interview, but we could leave that, or you can carry on your own if you like. It's up to you.
well, we should just carry on with 2 more interviews because we have still a race winner left. So if you want to go watch football, go on. But I think we should get a race winner in and Kiko maybe in as well. So
Yeah,
you might
I'll leave
enjoy your
that down to
football.
you. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna try. If we win, I'll definitely enjoy it. If we get beat, then yeah, I'll probably won't enjoy it. But thank you very much for that, and thank you for understanding. And I
Thank you
shall
for
see you all
commentating.
next week. Take care.
Lawrence winning the race, welcome. How did you manage to win the race from P5? It seemed like great management. How did you feel about the race? If we have Lawrence in here. Okay. Okay. Lawrence is not in here yet. Maybe Kiko. Kiko, welcome. Are you here?
Yes, yes, I
Kiko,
am.
at the end, what was going on at the end there, man? In P10, it seemed like a little mistake from Denico with braking. You
Yep.
managed to overtake him there, but it seemed like a fierce battle at the end still with Denico. How did your race feel, and especially that end?
Good. Honestly, the first stint on the hards was pretty much DRS train, so nothing else to say apart that was the DRS train, so everyone was like following each other. So yeah, nothing more to say. But the second stint was something because at the restart, Danny did a restart lap. That was crazy. Like he put 9 tenths on me. I was confused because Matt was my engineer for the race, and he said Danny has like 60%, 55. I was on 35 something. He was like 9 tenths away, and at that point, I knew that was hard to keep the DRS because he had more ERS, more gap, and it was complicated. So he put like a 1.3 second, and then that was starting. I was starting to close up, and on the lap 23, something like that, uh, I I I closed like to 9 tenths, like 999, something like that, and I didn't get the DRS. That was really unlucky. Then my ERS economy was pretty bad, and just Cody was managing perfectly his battery, so he just trade past me, and yeah, on the last lap, I was trying to put pressure on Danny, but I was too far, and I was just expecting to do P3. But I don't know, he like missed braking probably in the G10, and yeah, that was a good battle in the last sector because we were side by side all at the end. So yeah, it's
Yeah,
pretty
and
good.
but indeed, like somehow you Danny got out of the DRS train and you didn't catch on to his DRS for after the safety car, and then you catch on to the DRS of Danny Cole again. But it seemed like you drained all your ERS and Lawrence didn't, so he still had some ERS left to pass you there. But
Yeah.
from so Matt was also strategist or whatever you want to call it, Ferrari
Yeah.
strategist. Somehow there was a good call to let Rookie pit again under the safety car. I don't know if there was a call from Matt as well.
That was a call from Rookie at first, and yeah, because he take 5 seconds. So yeah, Rookie
Yeah.
feels that was much better to pit this lap and just go in the backfield and try to do comeback. So yeah.
Yeah, so there was a great call as well. But you're happy with P2 at the end?
Yeah. I mean, the first 4 race I did, it's P1, P2, P2, P2. I think I cannot do much because I'm still on pad. This is probably, I don't know, I'm not sure because depend if I'm here from Mexico, but it's probably my last race on pad. So my first aim was to just gain the max point I can and be consistent and to be much closer to guys in front. And yeah, in the championship I gained 8 points on Justin and 3 points on Danny. So yeah, that was good. I'm happy.
So next week Mexico, if I'm correct. How you feel
Yes.
about Mexico?
Last year was pretty bad. I didn't feel happy about my pace in Mexico, so I will need to work. And yeah, if I can race next week, yeah, hopefully it can be better. But I'm not expecting something big because it's like a track I'm not really confident about. So we will see, I guess. And
Well, well, we'll definitely see, and hopefully you are racing next week. We'll try it once again to maybe interview a race winner. And I want to thank you for your time and for your great race as well. Because still P2, great position after all.
yeah,
And have a nice weekend.
thank you. And see you next week, hopefully.
Hopefully we will. So we gonna try once again. Lawrence, you here?
Works! It's alive!
Well, you had the same happiness when you won that race, or how do you feel about it?
A little bit bittersweet because if I'm not winning, I want Danny to win, and it was like it's like trying to battle somebody you also want to see do well. So it's really tough. It's like, yeah, I want to win myself, but yeah, I want Danny to win too. You know, nothing against Keiko. I've been friends with Danny forever, so you know that makes sense.
Yeah, we already kind of heard it, I believe, in the stream chat from Jensen. You were together in voice chat as well, right?
Yeah, I was literally
Yeah.
like a cheerleader behind the wheel. Let's put it that way.
But what was your strategy after the safety car? Because somehow you managed to save your ERS and others didn't, and that got you a little bit of an advantage to at the end make some moves with your ERS.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was well, the first stint was just mind-numbing, to be honest. I mean, nothing against anyone, but these DRS trains are just so powerful. You just sat in line waiting for something to happen. I mean, Justin tried something on me early on. Apologies on the contact there. I literally double front locked at like 110 meters when I tried braking. So apologies to him on that contact. But the second stint, we just wound up flipping the script pretty much and just going all out instantly. I mean, we managed to break. Danny broke the field apart. He had very strong pace. He broke the field apart, and I was just able to kind of sit in line like everyone was boosting, but I was trying to boost in a more strategic way, if that makes sense. Maybe it's because the gaps were already forming from the restart. Um, and that kind of gave me that inherent advantage. And then it was just, hey, I was stuck in this train for 15 laps. I don't really want to be stuck in it for another 15, you know? So tried to pick my moments where I may. I mean, McKender had a small wobble when I was trying to get for an overtake, so that got me to P3. And then Danny was breaking Keiko off the DRS trade, so I just had to pick my point. I made a pretty bad hash of it the first lap once I overtook McKender, and then I was just like trying to wait for a moment of Keiko and then tried to run the pace I had. I was pretty lucky to get into DRS, so Danny once I was overtaking Keiko, so that helped my job a bit. But yeah, I mean that's a bit of a ramble. I apologize, but I think that's like the best way I can put it is just trying to pick my moments where I may, and as the one out on top. It's been a long time. I have not won in here for a while as a reserve. I think the last 3 or 4 races I did, I was just a midfielder. So quite nice to be able to win one. I'm so bad at qualifying. I put myself in these positions that I have to I have to try to be like a wily old fox and get my way back up.
Well,
That's how it
today
plays out.
your race pace was really great. Like especially after the safety car, maybe that went a bit your way with, but somehow you just left a lot of ERS. But also before the safety car, if I remember, you had a 98 ERS left as well. So
Yeah,
something like
I think
that.
everyone around me probably had full battery. To be fair, like
Some
it was
people
I
really drained their ERS, their battery.
well I think Justin McKender probably had fairly full battery. Rookie as well. Sorry, they probably had pretty full in my mind. So I figured even if I go for it, they can just use the 100% battery that I also have. So it's kind of
Well,
a prisoner's dilemma.
if you don't need to use your ERS, you can just save it, and at the end, it came in handy at the end of the race for you. So congrats on your win. And assuming from your name, are you reserving for Mexico next week as well, or?
Absolutely, I'm gonna try. I'm West Coast U.S., so it's a heck of a thing on schedule. Like right now, it's only 1 p.m. here, but that's usually that's I can only really do these in like chunks of races if that makes sense for schedule. But I try to make the best of it. I hope I didn't peak too early because I want to win Mexico, but maybe I peaked too early and got lucky today and won this one. But we'll see. I'll try to make it 2 for 2, but my quality pace is gonna struggle too much anyway, so I have to. I'll have to fight my way back in. There's a good grid, so it's hard to do that. It ain't easy to do what I did today. Not at all.
Definitely, like we had 9 drivers before the safety car getting in DRS trains, so those are just really fast drivers. And I think last season, like Kebab said, we had less drivers in DRS trains, so there are just way more fast drivers in Tier 1, like top of the league, who are competing, and we have a different winner almost every week, so it's definitely exciting. And I definitely hope to see you back next week in Mexico, and I
We'll
think
see
we
how.
want.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you want if you want to say something, otherwise I'm gonna close the interview. But so if you want to
I
say
mean,
something,
I'll try my best to make it next week. I'd like to do Imola because Imola's another awesome track, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'll try to go 2 for 2, but I doubt that's gonna happen.
well, enjoy your weekend and enjoy your evening. But I assume that must will go well. Enjoying your evening because you had a win today.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you very much for having me. You have a good night.
No problem. Have a good night. Tipsy Bob,
Oh,
you
no,
want
I was in the middle of a rant.
what?
No. Okay, go ahead.
I
Just
assumed
time.
from I assumed from your best friend and absolutely not contender for and from absolutely not someone who was 6 points ahead of you that you lost out only one position to your not contender to Nachiv. How do you feel?
Listen, I was mid rant in the interviews, right? I used to rant a long time ago, but I don't rant anymore because I'm older. But today I am effing frustrated. And I'm going to sound, I know how I'll sound because I used to hate listening to people say this, right? Well, I'm going to say it. People should know better than to break so freaking early. It was unbelievably frustrating today. Listen, it's people can pick break where they want, that's fine, right? But as I was saying to the boys, there has to be a level of trust with the other drivers to think that they're not going to break too early. But today, man, today was really stupid, I found. People were breaking so early. It was ridiculous. I was getting caught out left, right, and center. And then people are saying, oh, I hit the back of Shaq. No, Shaq broke early in the second last corner, and then I went up his inside, and then he boosted. Fine, let him boost, off he goes. But then he broke just before the 100-meter board in the last corner, and you don't break before the 100-meter board on the last. Anyway, I got a front wing damage because of that. I went into the pits. the pits didn't change my frickin' wing. They didn't change it. I'm really trying not to swear. They didn't change my wing, and I put softs on when I should have put hard. So then I went back, yes, I went no. So I put the mediums on. Then I went back around and I had to pit again, but I was on my mediums, which is I wanted to stay on, but I had to change away from them. So I put the softs on whenever I should have put the hards on and changed my wing a second time. Anyway, fast forward, right? Whenever the safety car came out, I thought, great, this is an opportunity for me. Then Jack came out the pits in front of me, and there was a 5-second delta, which means we had 5 seconds to catch up, and I needed to push. But Jack wasn't pushing. So I was effectively trying to race Jack behind the safety car. And I don't think he was aware of it. So I was trying to push him, kind of push, go, 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 go. Then the safety car came out. Sorry, then I pitted. Then the safety car, I caught up with the safety car eventually, and I was dead last. But I was faster than the guys ahead. But again, they were boosting and braking early, and it was catching me out. So I had to send it on a couple of guys, and I don't like sending it, but I had to send it on them. But what was really frustrating, Ray, and then I'll shut up, right, was these guys were boosting whenever I'm catching them. But whenever I do pass them, they drop back like 4 seconds within no time. And it's like, oh, I'm conflicted because I always say everyone has the right to fight for every position and no one should move out of the way. But today was just so frustrating for me, Ray. I was about to uninstall the game. Anyway, in saying that, I still caught up the back of Chief, and I think one more lap, I would have had the DRS on him.
Well, definitely, because it was really close at the end. But we saw indeed some incidents with people braking at different points. So that's unfortunate definitely for some of the drivers and also for you. But always look at the positive side. You were about to uninstall the game, so you haven't uninstalled it yet, and I'm happy to hear that. And are you looking now? Are you looking forward? Is a bad term, but Mexico, is that a track you like, or?
Well, let me calm. I'll just try and stay calm. Yes, I do like Mexico. Believe it or not, I was one of the people that voted for Mexico, which much to many people's disappointment, because I know a lot of people don't like Mexico. I like it, and all I need is one good qualifying session because, oh, excuse me, not professional. I know one that catches me out a lot, and it has always caught me out, Ray, over the many 5-6 years I've been racing here in SLR and 2S, is that I usually don't qualify as good as I should, which then puts me in the midfield, and then, so to speak, the shit hits the fans, let's say. So if I can qualify good, I'm confident that I can get possibly P10. But as
Well,
I was chatting to Chief there in a wee private channel, and he was worrying about how quickly I was catching him at the end of that race. And I was catching him in Austria, I was catching him in Australia, and again I got caught out in Australia with the incident with the other Danny and Mac. And then the Austria race was really unfortunate because I was having a titanic battle with Ocean. And then the safety car came out, and then because of the nature of the race, he was able to unlap himself. I wasn't. But listen, I don't care. As long as I could beat Chief, that's the main thing. He's my objective, and I'm planning on it next week.
well, I'm looking forward to it, and definitely some drivers really hate Mexico. I'm not one of them. I love Mexico, but I would be either way the slowest driver on the grid, even in Tier 2, so let's not talk about me. But so there are chances, and we hope to see, and I hope to see points from you next week, because then there's more spice between you and Ocean Chief, maybe. So
yes,
I like it.
Me and Chief, we would race in real life on the karting because Chief lives just not too far from me. So we would race a lot, and we were always competitive to each other then. And it's great to have my mate who's quite close to me on track as well. So that's the only thing that I'm looking for, is to beat Chief. So I look forward to it next week.
Well, I'm looking forward to next week as well, and I want to thank you for the interview.
What can I just say before I go?
You can.
I just want to point out that I'm not blaming anyone for anything today, right? Just want to point out I'm not blaming anyone. Everyone can break wherever they want. I just find it a little bit frustrating. That's all.
Good thing to hear. Thank you for your time, Bob.
Pleasure. It was a pleasure. It's all mine.
Okay, bye bye. Have a good
Bye-bye.
evening, and I wish you good luck in Mexico, man.
No,
Because
I just. Oh, the only luck I need is tomorrow when Ireland play the Six Nations. Tomorrow, let's go the rugby.
yeah, there's a big thing in Ireland. Bigger thing in Ireland than it is in my country. So
Yes.
I'm not following rugby. I only know one player that played rugby, and he is like 5'6". So
That's a very small rugby player.
exactly. But they thought he was a professional rugby player actually somewhere in England, I believe in Newcastle as well. JJ Boska, you probably don't know him.
No.
But the thing is, he told an anecdote sometime that he actually just a referee thought he should have gone to the pitch, to the child pitch instead of the pitch for the mature people. Let's say it like that. So.
All right.
I don't think there's such small people in Ireland playing rugby actually, because it's not a usual thing. But
Yes.
enjoy the match tomorrow then with your
Thank you
rugby,
very much.
and enjoy Mexico next week. Hopefully, a bit more luck
Hopefully.
should work. And thank you for the interview, and have a nice evening, mate.
You too, sir. Pleasure, my friend. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, there was a stream as well, so we're gonna end it with that. We had a great race after all, and I enjoyed the race, and I enjoyed commentating it. And we hope to see you all next week for Formula 2 on Wednesday, for Tier 2 on Thursday, and of course for Tier 1 again at Mexico at Friday next week. Bye bye.